Everybody, welcome back. We're going to continue with Ragnarok, issue number 7 this time, from IDW by Walter Simonson, of course, and a lot of other creators. I really love this comic. It's so good, and every issue I think, well, there should be at one time maybe an issue that I don't like. Not in this case. So far, issue 7, it's still fantastic. The writing is still strong. So let's continue, and I'll lead you through it. Okay, we have here Regn, that's his name, and his daughter watching while Thor does a ritual burning his wife and children and the rest of the Aesir. And but you know, Dragon has made a promise to the Lord of the Dead to kill him so that he can save his daughter. But then his daughter's getting some kind of a seizure, and I don't know. She's sick, and I believe can see the future. So some kind of a seer, and Thor turns around, and I mean, look at this. This is so cool. So he looks at the, he does a little bit of reminiscing, and he goes to the tree, the only tree that's left in Asgard, where he is now, and he sees chess pieces of, with the face of his father, and then behind him the portal is opening. So he runs to the portal, and Dragon thinks that he is escaping, but he's not, and then he arrives in. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Let me try that again. Hildskjalf. I probably butchered that. But this is where he is now is some kind of a throne, because it's the throne of Odin, and he oversees, I don't know, this whole valley or something. And there's also a lot of detail. I mean, look at this. You can see these faces in whatever this is, debris, wood, stone. I have no clue. And I also have no idea what this is. But it seems that Thor has grown up here, I guess, and he uses the eye of Odin to search for something. And I believe was his house once, and there was a buried door, a chamber beneath it. And then he also, so cool this here. And he sees these golden dried apples, and that's the key to the, God's immortality. So he thinks that he's been, I don't know, his father, let's say, let me read the narrative. A hidden cellar, almost infinite capacity, filled with, you sly fox, dried apples, Lady Idun's gift of immortality to the gods. Oh, Father Odin, did you know that I alone among the gods would survive beyond the final battle? Talking about Ragnarok. That I would not fight at your side to die with my father and brothers. Could you not have told me? So he is in pain here. And then at the other side of the portal, Draugr is rising up from the grave. And Drifa is turned around. He says, Papa. And and this Draugr says, the Lord of the Dead likes little girls. He wants this one. We take. You fight for and die. But, Bren says, nah. He hacks them into pieces. Thor is coming back. And he says, you must be Brynja's husband. You're very quick. Well done. And you are her daughter. And Thor says, it hadn't occurred to me that Draugr might be hiding among Surtur's dead demons. And then he says, shouts Draugr, if any of you can hear my voice, know that this is my home, and I'll find you, and I will destroy you. If you value the lives you don't have, you will depart now. So they're running away, but then Thor throws his hammer and destroys them all. And this young girl says, but you said they could leave. No, I said I found them. I would destroy them. Well, that's true. Very clever. And she says, it's you. You are the vessel of darkness. But he says, well, no, I'm Thor of Odin's son, Drifa. But then he talks to Dragon, and he says, "I'm sorry for your loss, but you well, basically he's referring to his wife that tried to kill him in the first couple of issues. But she did try to kill me. She too was fast. I presume you are here for the same purpose? I am. And for the same reason, you hope that the Lord of the Dead's gift will protect your daughter in this dangerous world. I do. I don't blame Brynja. I promise to look after her daughter. I don't suppose your promise to my wife would allow me to kill you unopposed. I'm afraid not. I've still things to do in the Dusk Lands, as do I." So they're going into battle, which is really cool. But then we switch to somewhere else. So these are a couple of Draugr, and they are waking up Ragnar, and I believe Ragnar is a frost giant, I guess. So they said, "Hey, the Lord of the Dead needs to have your needs your help." There's a couple of dwarves building some kind of a portal, and he needs to destroy that, etc. And he says hungry, and he eats them. And he says, "I must thank the Lord next time I see him for this." Well, this cool. Anyway, so our I would say good guys, but they are not good guys at all. I mean, that's what I like about this. They have their own purposes and their own, faults and weaknesses and desires. So he fights for his daughter, and Thor fights, for, I don't know, the promise of his wife, but also for Asgard, for his life. And they're going back and forth. And they are, at the first glance, you think, hey, they are evenly matched. And then Thor gets cut by the sword. And then he says, "I'm trying very hard not to kill you, elf. And now I recognize the weapon. You bear Tyrfing, a deadly and cursed blade. I was given this blade by the dead lord himself. He said I could kill a god." And he says, "Agantyr, the lord of the dead, is the sword's owner? Yes, so? Foolish, do you not know the blade's history?" So he tells about what's, how the blade has been forged, that it's been cursed, and that everyone who touches the blade or is in possession of the blade, people around them are going to die, basically. He says, "Now you carry it in your daughter's company. It is rumored that the curse was exhausted, but no curse worth its salt is ever completely expunged. Your wife told me that the dead lord blessed Drifa with immortality. But Agantyr has always dealt in curses and death, not resurrection and life, and never in blessings. Why do you think those Draugr were here?" So Tyr is now realizing what's happening. They were waiting for her. He does like young girls. Perhaps I can prove it to you. Tyr has been drawn and must have blood before it can be sheathed again. Strike your daughter and see if she survives. But then she is having some kind of a vision again. And she says, "It's here. The darkness is complete." And then she shouts to Thor, "Do it, Thor. Just do it." Thor immediately throws Mjolnir and kills Drifa. And Thor says here, "This child is dead. Such is the value of Agantyr's promise." So, yeah, she's not immortal. And, God, why did you kill her? And so he says, so Regn here is in completely shock. "Your wife died for nothing. You gave your word for nothing." And he wants to attack Thor because of his anger and loss and pain. But then Surtur's minions, fire starters, are, coming in. And he says, "I see news of my presence here has already reached certain quarters. Fight beside me. Tyrfing will be seated, and maybe you can keep me alive long enough to kill me yourself." Cool. And yes, he says, "Then harness your fury ring, Regn, and let us make us a fight as no living god or man has ever witnessed before." This is so awesome, and it leads into this battle here, into the next issue. Yeah, great stuff, great storytelling. I love it. This just fantastic. I mean, like I said in other issues before, I'm not going to repeat myself, but this is a must-have. This is a must-read. I do not much recommend comics from my personal opinion, because personal opinions are always, well, personal and just opinions. What I like doesn't mean you should like or need to like, but I can 100% say if you came across floppies or trade paperbacks or hardcovers, get it. Just get it. You won't be disappointed. I promise you. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you like this video. Like my video, share my video, subscribe to my channel and all the jazz, and I see you next time.